Participatory fluency was the development of a master's project with the University of São Paulo with a specialization in linguistics that started as discourse analysis and then expanded to media, education, and culture. I came up with a site hosted on WordPress.com, but not with a domain and a premium plan that allows you to perform Google Analytics searches and to determine more or less who your readers are and the people who are interested in the themes that you are approaching. I want to tell you that the underlying proposal of participating and being more fluent are that both of these things are debatable. So I'm going to show you the homepage of that WordPress hosted website. And next, I'm going to show you 3 interesting things in relation to the steps that I've reached with a blog that started in 2017, the first time I applied for a master's project. I graduated in the University of São Paulo with a bachelor's degree in 2012, and I have 14 years of experience in teaching English as a second language as a Brazilian who has never been abroad, very unfortunately. But I hope this changes soon, and maybe some of you can help me out making this dream become true. But the homepage is this: Participatory Fluency, Rethinking English as a Second Language in the Digital Era. You have the translations for that in Portuguese because, well, not everybody who's going to access this homepage knows English or is exactly fluent in English. Maybe and ideally, they are intermediary to advanced English speakers. And that was based on my research of the standard that people put to evaluating how capable people are in communicating in a second language. And that is called the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. I described this on one of the sections of the site, but right away you see this: debating language. I said that the 2 things are debatable. First of all, participation. Second of all, fluency. The way that I decide to debate this is described in the section Learning. Here you can discover the pedagogical material for participatory fluency, and you're going to find another video on this channel that invites you to get to know the content on the site and the possibilities you can have with interacting and debating these concepts that I outlined. Second of all, you're going to have a little bit of blogging. And here, the idea is to get perspective on what people say on social platforms from a Brazilian perspective. But being Brazilian in this case is not what defines me as a person or as an author or blogger, if you will, if you prefer to describe me this way. Maybe some people would prefer to describe me in relation to my craft or my music, but that is not exclusive to music. I'm also a writer, a fictional writer, and an occasional poet, as well as being a musician. So here you will have contact with artistic creation through a creator's lens. Currently, the link that I'm posting here is Tumblr, which is a social networking site that I used to love, but a lot of things changed. A lot of creators are still on Tumblr, and some of them I admire very much. Now, The idea for this blog is to host pedagogical material with strong informational content. The first section is dedicated to students and online classes. The second is an approach to media that includes the Brazilian perspective, especially in digital culture, and discussions that you usually do not find in traditional vehicles. The third is a compilation of links more related to artistic production, in this case mine. But what I really want to show you, and you're free to explore, here's the invitation, is the thing that comes next. This is for free, and people might be asking, don't you want to be making money with this? My answer is there are a lot of English schools, private English schools here in Brazil, and I have to bring something a little bit different to this landscape. And so I want to show you what exactly makes this different. So the second page I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little bit of storytelling to contextualize. So here is my access to the stats I have on my blog. As you can see, global reach. Good for me, right? But how good? Here you're seeing that the all-time stats for this blog, that they're here. Considering all countries, I have had 2,000 up to this point. February 24, 2022, 2,101 views. But the storytelling part is what I want to focus on. Who are these people? As you can see, Brazil is highlighted, and there's a little bit more in the United States. The rest is a little bit dispersed. And I'm not saying I'm not surprised with some of the countries that are appearing on the list, but what I really want to focus on are the three first. So you have Brazil, naturally, with 2,101 views. Second, the United States with 423 views. And the third, the Netherlands with 112 views. I'm Brazilian. I said it's natural, and I don't have to explain it further. But I am a Brazilian who had access to university, and I wouldn't have had that if it weren't for social programs that considered my financial status and background, health problems in the family, and a whole other series of factors. And this included race, and this included bills to pay, and some other factors that maybe were not very clear at the time for me. But I did find a college dormitory, a food assistance throughout all my 6 years in college. Actually, I took 6.5 years because I was working so much in the last years of university that I couldn't come to the classes, and I had to drop one semester. So I completed the remaining 2 subjects, and I had to drop the extension that allows you to teach in public schools in Brazil, because I was practicing teaching in a private institution. So that is something that is lacking in my education, not so much. In my certification, yes, that is something that is lacking. But I'm currently searching for ways to circumvent that, and I'm very glad that there are platforms that make this possible, like Coursera, which I'm not mentioning because of any kind of sponsorship or anything like that, just because they've provided me with amazing opportunities, just like Google did. And I don't think anybody can deny that. Everybody has criticism of Facebook, but they're an immense company that deals with a range of complex issues that most of us don't even know exist, never thought about. You've never been in a position to think about problem solving, but of course, you're gonna post your opinion on the internet. Twitter has some of the same issues, especially related to what people think about your personality, but based on the things that you posted in 10 seconds of thought. And that may be a problem, but for some people, it is the source of all truth. Now, I'm a Brazilian who wants to go to different places. And I want to do something chronological here. The first person that I met who established a deep, intense, intimate, honest, unforgettable bond with me lives right. Let me see if I can find it. It's supposed to be below. Here's Ireland, here's the United Kingdom, and what's underneath? France, no, there you go, Netherlands. She was a Dutch girl. Her name is Susan. I'm not gonna mention her last name. Susan was a person who has an interest, had at the time, I'm not sure what's happening with her right now, and I'm not going to give you details of anything I know because I don't know a lot of things. I respect her privacy very much and her as a person 100%. She's an educator as well with a specialization, and things just went in separate ways for us. But she was the first person that made me think that meeting people online was supposed to be something absolutely positive, beautiful, and unforgettable. Susan was the person that inspired me to be a teacher in many ways, along with a lot of other people. But she played a very important role, not only in my professional life, but in my personal life. And I want to thank her for that, because I'll never forget her. But coming back to the map, I have a curious thing, which is that it's not the Netherlands that goes first in this list. It's not the United States either, even though all the content reflects mostly the American culture and what I've learned with it. And the fact that all the content, most of the content, is in English. The first country is Brazil. You can see the numbers there, right there on the screen. But in the United States, 423 people have accessed this site, maybe more than once. Now, who are these people? I have absolutely no idea. I don't have a premium WordPress plan. I don't have Google Analytics. and they already know English. They're not buying my course. Why would they? Except that there are a lot of people in the United States that have made my life easier, more joyful, fun, made me engage with the things that I was really passionate about, educated me, sometimes told me right from wrong, and put me in my place, because I tend to be a person who commits a little bit of a excess in language and posture, attitude, certainty of the things that I'm saying. And this has controversial aspects that I would prefer not addressing on this video. But I want to mention two people, and it's a shame that I have to mention only two, because there are many. There are many. The first of them is Juliana. I met Juliana when I was still living in São Paulo, 2013, a long time ago. Juliana made me see that America had many possibilities. When I met Juliana, people in music, famous people, started following me. It was not the first time, but I suddenly had a peak in views on a completely different website. And we developed, again in my life, a very deep, very intense and honest kind of relationship. But some aspects of that relationship got a little bit too confusing given changes that I was going through in my life and questioning what was right for me, what was wrong for me. But beyond that, what was right and what was wrong in general, considering my context and the context of other people. I want to say that I'm thankful for Juliana for showing me that and helping me to this day at least try to keep the balance and to think of what I can deliver honestly and in a way that can make people engage, talk about, or even be inspired from, regardless of them mentioning the fact that they saw Ivo talking about this. I don't care so much about that. I kind of worry about Juliana, but she is part of my history, not part of my present. That doesn't mean I don't think about it. I do. I just said I worry about it. She's a very important person in my life that just doesn't talk to me anymore. I could say the same thing about some of my best friends who I met when I was 11 years old, or even 8 in some cases. But who says we have daily contact? We don't. I just want to mention her. She's a great person. And there's another. Her name is Emma. She makes my day a lot better. We collaborate, but we fight. We solve our problems, think about how serious something is, and then we realize it's just bullshit. And we also, together this time, keep the balance. If I'm gonna meet Emma, I don't know, but talking to her almost every day is what makes me think that if I can make you participate in the English-speaking world and communicate effectively so that people see who you are by who you are, then this whole thing is worth my time and yours too. Thanks for watching.